How's it, everybody? Welcome back to the Rocky Fern. My name is Luca and I'm OI Type 4. And in today's special episode of In the Shop, we're checking out these things. These are kind of specialized garden tools called Dibbers or Dibblers. They're a very cool specialized tool. I'm making them for a couple coworkers of mine. We all kind of have extensive gardens, so not only do I keep aeroids and different rare houseplants and succulents, I also have a pretty big extensive garden where I grow peppers and herbs and lettuces and whatnot. Have a big aquaponics section, but all three of us are big proponents and big fans of Charles Dowding, who has a really big popular channel here on YouTube. He's a big no-dig, or big proponent of no-dig method, which is kind of the method that we use. It's something that we try to do to sustain ourselves, grow as many vegetables as we can for our home use, as Kauai can be quite expensive. So these tools are great to have in the garden. You can go along your garden bed and poke holes to plant your seeds. You can pry out different roots, tamp in different seedlings or plugs. So these are very versatile tools, something that I really hope that they'll enjoy. This one's made out of cherry, I believe, and this one's made out of monkey wood. The monkey wood came out of some family property of mine, so it's kind of a special piece of wood to me. It has full of bug holes and whatnot, so it came out pretty darn sweet. I'll post some videos right here of me putting the final coat of finish on there, and then we'll go through and I'll just kind of narrate how I take a piece of wood and turn it down to a dibber. And yeah, so hopefully my coworkers like it, but let's get into the video where I start to turn this into kind of a cool little piece. Let's go. Okay, so here's my log. I found it in the wood pile. It's in between centers. I thought it was cherry. I'm starting to think it's apple. Anyway, it has a beautiful figure, but it's kind of an irregular log, and I'll have to start turning down all the high points first. So we'll get into that. Speed it up here just to get through the video. I'm using the 1-inch roughing gouge. It's a good tool. It's kept sharp, and it does a pretty good job. I kept catching the bark and having it fly off, which actually was pretty satisfying. And I believe I'm turning at maybe 500 RPM right now. There's a little knot right here that I'm trying to actually catch, but I can't seem to catch the surface of it. So I decided to take it down just about another 1/4 inch. Starting to get into that heartwood. That heartwood is really what sets this piece off, I think, against the sapwood. It's beautiful heartwood, and I'm surprised it had as much heartwood as it did. Alright, I'm starting to create a tenon here so that I can actually put it into a different chuck for more secure hold. Take the parting tool and start to split it. I'll take my saw here and cut it off, and I want to show you guys a little glimpse of the heartwood. So we'll grab that other chuck here, get it ready. I'll knock out this piece here and put on that new chuck. Get it reset up in between centers. This little jet lathe is awesome, but I'm maxing it out for length, so it's as long as I can get. My lighting system is pretty junk, but it works. Alright, so what I want to do here is take another one that I've made and kind of duplicate the shape. So I'm trying to get an idea of where I'm going to mark this this new piece. I'm going to bring it up to 800, so that's me taking the parting tool and starting to put in my my guidelines here. My first one, I really ended up enjoying the shape and whatnot, but on this one I wanted to add a few more additions to the design a little bit. Got my diamond parting tool there. That's my bowl gauge, or bowl gouge rather. And this is me just trying to figure out what's the best way to get into these nooks and crannies and these different decorative angles that I'm creating. This will end up being the point, so I'm taking off quite a bit of material with the 1-inch gouge. Trying to get some more of that heartwood exposed. Take the skew out, try to clean it up, take different tools like my circular carbide tip, just to kind of clean it up a little bit, see if I can get it in there a little bit better than any other. But you can start to see that pattern of the wood grain coming out and popping. It's super nice. Take the skew and kind of clean up the face of it. And this is me marking 1-inch lines so that I can just add a quick way of adding a measurement tool for this dibbler, so you can just see how deep you want to plant a seed or whatever the case may be. Just going ahead and sand it real quick. I'm going to take it all the way up to 600, I believe. Because it's going to be a garden tool, I didn't necessarily feel like it needed a ultra fine finish. Alright, yeah, so finished sanding here, got a pretty nice surface. I will take it off the lathe and go throw it on the laser machine to etch in the name and the phrase "dig it," because why not? That sounds pretty sweet. Yeah, it feels pretty darn smooth. This is coming back. I'm going to end up cutting off the edge. Alright, so I'm going to use this UV Cure surfboard resin. It's a sanding variety, so it's extra durable. It's cured by UV, exposure to UV, so it makes it very durable, and I like using it. And yeah, we're going to finish it up. Okay, so as you can see, we turned that whole log down into this final piece here. I ended up using that surfboard UV resin, the sanding resin, and it's a great resin to use. It doesn't smell too good and it kind of maintains that smell, but it's super, super durable. I mean, this coating will last a very long time, and it's something that you definitely need on the tips because you're going to be prying in and out of soil all the time. And it does give it kind of a flat matte finish, not like a maybe like a super glue finish or another glassing finish. But as far as durability, this gives you one of the harder finishes that you can get, especially over the counter. And being here in Hawaii, it's really, really hard to get certain things. So resins are super expensive. So to have something like this that you can go down to Ace and get is great. It does show off the grain of the wood really well. The shintoyancy does come through. Yeah, I do make these. If you guys want to request one, I can make it out of several different woods, anywhere from koa, kiave, monkeypod. I do have some apple, some cherry. That came from the mainland, from Utah. I don't have too much of that, some sycamore as well. But mainly I stick with Kauai woods. And, you know, I'm not sure about the price right now. We can discuss that. But if you definitely want a dibber, let me know, and I can engrave them. I can do quite a bit of things to the wood to make it kind of your own unique piece. But it's a very cool tool. And if you like seeing some woodworking projects and definitely how I keep and maintain a very large 800 plant or so houseplant collection and succulents here in beautiful Kauai, then stay tuned, you know. Subscribe, give a thumbs up because it helps out the channel a lot, and I read all the comments, so leave as many as you like, and we'll see you guys on the next adventure.